Taylor Swift's Eras Tour documentary essentially functions as a masterclass in what it means to be a millennial boss. At one point, in I think the fifth episode, one of her backup dancers or singers says, she makes us feel seen, worthy, and deserving of respect. She is authentic, but with boundaries. She is her real self, but not necessarily her full self. She talks about in that sixth episode how she has to regulate her emotions. She knows that she's feeling a lot of feelings about the end of the tour, but she needs to show up the way that her team needs her to show up. She needs to be ready to care for them more than care for herself. She's so clearly committed to excellence, but also to balance. She allows her team to have life outside of it, even as she knows they're committing a ton to the tour. She delegates decision making. She is clear eyed about what matters and what doesn't. I think that scene, whatever episode it was, about Wiley dancing in the Reputation part of the tour, where all she cares about is he good and does he have the wardrobe? The gender stuff she doesn't give a shit about. She knows she wants to put on an excellent show. That is what is important. She's in the weeds where it matters, but she stays out where it doesn't. She is literally the CEO of what is essentially a billion-dollar enterprise, the Eras Tour and the broader Taylor Swift conglomerate. And she really embodies what it means to be a millennial boss, to care, to commit to excellence, to have boundaries, to be herself. Now, I have thought a lot about this. I wrote a book that came out earlier in 2025 called When We're in Charge, which is about what millennial and Gen Z leadership can look like and how it's different from the bosses that came before. And yeah, of course, the documentary is a little bit of like Tay propaganda, but that's okay. It is telling that her team universally seems to love her and respect her and also see her as a figure of authority. They call her the boss. She has people that have stuck with her for decades. The one thing I'll lightly quibble with is they see themselves as a family. It's my fundamental belief your coworkers are not your family. You can't fire your family. But I can see how they got there given the touring and the unique circumstances of that particular environment. Still, it is so good. And if you watch the documentary through that lens of what does it mean to be a CEO in this moment, leading with your values and leading with a commitment to excellence, but also with compassion, you will learn so much. And you'll notice more moments like what I mean.